Okay, watch this video for December 8th, which is going to be Thursday. IWM, another big push to new all-time highs, and SPY. Look at that breakout on the SPY over 222. Massive day today. Um, Look at that. That was an intraday basis. SPY just pushing higher all day long. So very, very bullish market right now. Um, Speaking of Thursday, tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. is our free webinar. Wayne and I are going to get together and just talk about stocks. We're going to talk about trading the opening, the first hour of the day. That's the basic topic. I'm going to give a few of my trading, I don't know what the word, trading tips, sort of psychological tips. I'm just going to talk about the things that really, really, really turned my trading around and helped me be consistently profitable. And we're going to do a Q&A. And there's probably going to be, I tweeted that there's going to be a free scotch on the rocks for the first 50 people. Now, just to tell you, the one caveat to that, I'm going to have to try to figure out how through a webinar format to give you guys the scotch. I'm definitely going to have something to drink on my table here. I'm just not sure how I'm going to get it to you guys. But anyway, yeah, it should be fun. I'm actually looking forward to just chatting about stocks with a group of other traders. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link to the webinar so you can register. Although I think only 100 people can get in. So if you try to log in right about 7:30, I don't know how many people are going to be logged in. So I don't know if you'll get in or not. So it's a first come, first served deal. But I'm going to go ahead and put the link to the webinar in the description to this video. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, you should be able to go to the description and get the link to register for tomorrow. If you click this video in my nightly email, I will also have a link in the email. Or if you follow me on Twitter at Great Stock Picks, or my partner Wayne at Daytrader Wayne on Twitter, we have both been tweeting the link to the webinar to get registered. So it'll be tomorrow night at 7:30. All right, I've babbled long enough. Extremely strong market here. Here's what I'm watching for Thursday. ENPH, no trades in it today, right? But you had the gap up and the pop, and now you've got an inside day. So I'm just going to look for a possible turn back up in that one tomorrow. Kind of the same scenario in RXII. Massive move and then an inside day. ZTO was on bounce watch, and it never triggered as a bounce play today. What I'd like to see is a break of its early high later in the morning. If I had to give you one thing I'll look at, it does seem to be finding support down here below 1350. So, but it just goes back on bounce watch. No trades in it today. SM, this thing was over 42, and now it's down like a week straight into the mid 30s. I want to watch that for a potential bounce tomorrow. That's going to move with oil. NVCN, crazy mover, and now you had kind of a quiet, well, I don't know, quiet, but 26 million shares if that can be quiet, but definitely have an inside day. Again, this is too far from the moving averages for me to get excited. I'd like to see it come in another day or two and possibly another big trade setup if that happens. But I'm going to be watching it tomorrow just in case. EMKR, nice breakout today and closed fairly strong. So maybe a red to green, something like that in EMKR. BNSO was on watch because it looked like this and super strong. Well, then it took off and reversed. I got no trades in it today because it didn't give me a setup that I look for, right? I never guess when taking a trade. These things have to meet my intraday parameters. BNSO did not. But, again, I'd like to see it come in another day, but this is certainly one to watch for a turn back up this week, tomorrow or Friday. SCON, gap down again, basically almost back down to where it gapped up from. You know, it's not a terrible idea to start watching this one for a bounce. It was on bounce watch today, but this thing is not given any setups lately. So, but it still goes on watch. SKLN, let me zoom in a little bit here. This thing had this pop here, a nice secondary pop, and then it's gone down into just sidewaysness, for lack of a better term. We like to make up words in the chat room. However, it did get some news in after hours and is trading at 315 right now. So if I go to 15-minute candles, 315 is up here, right? So above probably the last few days worth of trading. So this is definitely one to watch tomorrow. We'll see if it does give a gap and go setup. Certainly going to be on our radar. ANTH. This one gave a beautiful gap play setup this morning and just ripped way more than I thought it would. It ended up closing, giving back a good, probably more than half the gains, but it goes with that 25 million shares traded, and it did close green. I definitely want to watch it again tomorrow, maybe a red to green in that thing. URRE, uranium stocks were strong. If I pan out, this one looks a little better, right? Big spike here, a couple spikes here. and it's really kind of holding this area and keeps wanting to try to push up. You do have the 200-day above, but I want to watch this one for maybe a red to green tomorrow. BPMX, you know what? I'm going to take that off because it's extended here. I called this one late in the day in the chat room today over, look at this, over 48, right? You had this nice intraday pattern. If you went to 60s, to me it looked really nice. Nice volume here, and then it was kind of flagging. So anyway, I called it over 48. And it triggered right there, and never even came back to like 2 cents in the hole, and then ended up closing really, really strong. But I threw it on the list. I was making my list early, and I thought if this thing closes anywhere like around 50 cents, it's worth watching again. That doesn't mean it's not going to keep going tomorrow, but I don't like to call it now after that rip, and I'm not that comfortable trading stocks under $1 anyway. I did make a few bucks in a late day trade in that thing, but nothing to write home about. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull that off the list. And then NSPR. No trades in this one today, but I do like it. You had this spike here, lower high, and now you got kind of a couple equal tops here right around 330. And then today a quiet inside day. So I like this over today's high, over 310 maybe. You look to the left, that might push it through that 329, and then maybe it heads up to 4. So I like the chart here a lot. One of my favorite charts from the list. It doesn't mean it's going to give us a trigger though, right? Or any kind of trade setup. So we'll see. We'll also put some gappers on the list in the morning as well, and I'm going to leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.